I think Frosty is going to play all the way back in arches here and play more for a retake. Maybe you take one little angle and then fall back very quickly if you can get a cheeky little shot on EU peeking around the corner. But right now, with the numbers advantage, Knights want to play for the retake. They have double shock darts, they have Molotovs as well, and one flash on Zeph.
How do they work their way into this site? There goes the Viper wall. It's going to give him a little bit more cover to work around. EU's in a ratty spot, and there's going to go unchecked, but the Classic just doesn't provide anything for him there, but Ziff's Ghost certainly can. Through all of that, it drops to a 2v2. Sam is so weak. Ban has this 1v1 in front of him, and they're just as weak as well, Ban. Is he getting... Oh, he spots him. The tap. Patience. Look at Sam. He's playing so far back. Ban has to tap again. He's just waiting it out. It's a game of chicken.
Bros, don't fake.
Swing. No freaking way. The Red Bull clutch just...
We move along. We do have a different setup out of Knights now with Frosty moving the Cypher setup over towards the A site. But again, defensive aggression. This time, though, Hayes is ready.
Nice. Great start out of Hazed. Knights looking to ride the bonus as far as they can. A great opener for NRG. And it seems to be going from good to even better, right? Scuba's in this... cheeky angle right behind him. There's no... I mean...
This is awkward.
Yes. Awkward.
If only Scuba knew.
if only he knew. But all things considered, while that fun of their way towards B, Scuba's playing backside. He's got a little bit of help, courtesy of Genghsta, but how much value can they find? There's the first one that's dropped. His kills traded back and forth. NRG seeming to find the advantage. As Scuba's not able to land the shots, man. A 3v2 in favor of NRG. Oh, boy. A 2v1. Texas down. I don't know. Yeah, there's not a spot to be able to res him. It's all going to fall onto Android. The desk highlighted how cracked of an aimer he can be, and he's going to have to pull off something insane to win this 1v2. He doesn't have the spike either. Frosty's just so weak. Android having to check this tight corner. That's one down. Is he going to check the first? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Frosty hears that. Surely he hears that.
Yeah, he's got it. But they're just going to play for the 2-on-1, right? Play for the numbers. Well, Android doesn't have a good spot to plant from. They could be virtually anywhere. It's so tough. He's going to end up getting the spike down, but you already have the swing back into backside, playing the off angle. Frosty's there for the 4K on the round. Yeah, they pulled two big ults out, right? The KO and the Viper, but they do want to look for this A re-hit. Time is ticking away, so to go B is starting to disappear. That door is open for them, but Ziff playing back over towards Orange. Really good shots out of him. Gonna knock down two players. Scuba playing outside the smokes, but Sam gets that entry kill.
And that has to be the difference if they want a shot at this thing. A counter Viper spit coming through. As Hayes should be able to get the spike down. They've made it much further than I think many anticipated. The job's far from done. They have a bit of room to work with, but Ziff, man, and you're feeling the difference in the weapon. Sam has managed to get his hands on a Vandal. The spike continuing to tick. Hayes falls. It's all on Sam. Nothing doing. Genghsta cleans it up. Great round out of Knights. EU and Android within
really bold
distance.
Out of Tex. He knows a camera spotted him, right? That's what he broke on B side. Ban moves the operator all the way from cave back to bridge. I mean, taking over this round here on the Jet.
The three remaining members of NRG starting to work their way to B as Android gets the spike down and Frosty manages to keep his presence entirely veiled. He's still playing this tight corner. Android looking to go a bit aggressive. Make his way around the drone. Okay, that gets cleared out. Yeah, the op Frosty still playing here. Android, my goodness, you've got to swing out, and there he is. But the operator cleans him up. Frosty still is alive as Ban goes up top. The blades as Ban gets 4. EU alone. My goodness. Dude, Knights. They ate their Wheaties this morning, bro.
Oh, yeah. Van playing Hall's last round, doing it again. That's a really good dart, too. Nice shot out of Van as well, but the A split hit is in, but they can't clear Scuba.
Scuba managing to get one for his troubles as the round seems to reset, at least for the time being. NRG, through all of that, have found safe passage. Safe being a loose term. Onto the site as the spike gets down, but Ban on the flank again. The guy has been everywhere, and now the neural theft coming through. But Sam might have something to say about this. He's already gotten 3 on the round. It's going to take a bit more than that, though, for armor. No, it's Hayes who does it. And left alone in the 1v1. Swings out, spots 2, and drops. As Hayes cleans him up, NRG gets a 2. It's going to be countered by Gengstas, and he's going to find value on Tex. Sam! No shot!
Oh!
And there's
Wow.
Ban, there's Ban. He doesn't move an inch. And he gets
Huge.
2. Unbelievable.
Okay, this is a mess of a round, right? Because now it's 2-on-2 here, right? Reclaiming space through mid with Hazed. He has to worry about someone playing Nest, someone playing on B site. That's an operator in Ban's hand, but he has to hold a couple of different angles, and right now he's sort of stuck behind half wall. Hard to isolate fights from that position.
And the spike, like, Ban's squatting on it right now, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no way in unless you clean up Ban, and that seems to be an impossible task right now.
Yeah, as soon as Scuba was able to get into mid, that cleared up the angle for Ban. He was able to move around, but tries to get a little bit too frisky, perhaps. Now it's Viper on Viper, and he's just barely squeaks on past. We have Viper's Pit. We have double mollies. This is an opportunity where I think he just popped that one. He's trying to go for the fight, and he wins it. Okay, who cares about you till when you just got the aim?
Going A, but as you can see on the mini-map, NRG have fully vacated that area of the map. They're going B off of that knife. The rotations are starting to come through. Frosty again finds himself in a spot where he has to anchor the site, and this time he has nothing but a sheriff. The rotations are going to show up just a bit late, but they may be enough to make something happen. As NRG, gun difference is just too much, man.
Frosty's still stuck half wall. Knows the player's in cubby, but it's just not going to work out here for the Knights whatsoever. Even the knife from Tex on the attack wasn't able to catch out the Cypher, but NRG rather were just so strong on that attack, and now you've pretty much isolated everything here. I mean, double slows from this chamber and elbow. Nothing doing here for the knife, and now 4 versus 5, low HP on Genghsta. Good luck getting into that pit.
I mean, yeah, what do you do to clear that out? You have some utility from Genghsta to work through the Viper's Pit, but what you haven't accounted for is Android, and he's on the flank, and he's going to put a couple of shots right into the back of Scuba's head. He does. But Ban's up. Ban's up is far from out. He's just going to have to pull off so much more. You know he's there. Isn't able to land the shot. He drops. Kills traded back a 2v2, making a 2v1 as he left alone. The Viper's Pit comes down. He spots the players. 1, 2. Drops them. The Red Bull clutch for NRG. Interesting to see how this split goes. As you said, there's not very many people, and by very many, I mean anyone, at A, with the exception of EU, who's been flashed off, manages to preserve his life.
Yo, look at Psalm on the flank, though. He went over the Cypher trip. That's huge.
Hey, oh, there's so much for him, and you see, remember, he's got EU right up top. Yeah, he cleans up Ziff, but the kills continue to go back and forth. The 3v3, they know Sam's there. The dash to death. 3v2 still. As it swings over to 2, Scuba falls. Android's just so good in this situation. He's going to have to find more, though. 66 HP. Spike ticking away. He's running out of time. Frosty's got the high ground, too. There's just so much against Android here. The tap. Frosty cleans him up. A 3K for him as Knights win the pistol.
Going for this. Ziff really trying to get to that full command quickly, as it's just Ban sprinting out here with the spike for the quick plant.
And he's going to succeed. Yeah, the spike down, the shock darts, the nades, the mollies, everything, but it's not enough to deter the plant. We have to remember the Knights are still riding those Bulldogs, Spectres, and a Sheriff in the hands of Ban, which might as well be an operator, considering how the map has gone.
Still a 5-on-4, and Frosty is up in Hull still. That could be big for them, just playing full post plant with the util. Psalm, no, Psalm can barely just not get on that spike. Tex with a good kill, and now everyone's sort of stuck here inside cave. Tex on the push, but he's running into 2 different players with the crossfire. It's going all sorts of wrong for NRG, and Frosty comes in through mid at the last possible. Scuba is, or rather, Hazed is just completely isolated on A.
Yeah, he's on an island here. Android's there. Oh my goodness. Hayes doesn't seem to mind that he's alone, but now both the members that were defending A have fallen, and the rotations are starting to fall apart as well. Genghsta get this neural theft through. As Tex has arrived, is it too little too late? A 3v2 Frosty, you look at him funny right now and he dies. That's how weak he is, but you've got Ziff playing offside as well. He's got a nade. They've got some shock darts for Genghsta. This, once again, looks like a very difficult, borderline non-winnable situation for NRG. They don't have personnel. They've got a bunch of utility they're going to have to deal with courtesy of Knights. It's just too much damage. Yeah, I mean, with a judge?
Yeah, I mean, if he ever drops in mid and runs to the B side, he's going to be able to pick one up off of Frosty's corpse. But, I mean, if you're not ulting off of the tap, you're probably not getting a situation where you can pull that ultimate away.
Right.
And yeah, he's perusing shop, actually, of all things, for a rifle. I love that. He does get the Vandal eventually, has a recon dart. So if you can get a recon that tags a couple players in backside, this is the way that he wins around here potentially. The dart comes on through, and
swing and a miss. The Hunter's Fury, no tags. The ult even to cancel it out. He doesn't get a single tag, man. EU, if there was a moment for you to have heroics, this is it. 92 HP, position given away. He's there, he spots them both, but isn't able to get him. Knights a 13 to
as well. You can see instantly gonna be Tex moving back, potentially floating back towards the B site, instead going up towards heaven, because now they have a drone coming down A short. They get the first kill from Tex onto Scuba, and now this U-Haul fight is gonna be so impactful to the rest of the round. Som gets the kill, can fall back 5-on-3 now for NRG.
They're gonna continue to try to funnel into U-Haul, and they're met with all sorts of firepower. Spikes down 2, Ziff's left alone as he falls. NRG, a great response. It was really both teams rotating.
Gathering utility, gonna be burnt out as all 5 players from Knights are coming out here onto the site with the utility to clear triple and force them into the crosshair of ban for 1 good kill.
Yeah, Tex was in such a brutal spot. Not a whole lot you can do there. And you see Android, he was in a sandwich, man. The guy was stuck, but manages to push his way through Frosty. Now he can turn his attention to everything that's before him. Knights have managed to get onto the site with the spike. A bit delayed, now going to go down as Band does as well. NRG seem to be holding fast. The res comes through, brings Hayes back online. Numbers back in favor of NRG. Even more so, the one-man advantage is Hayes as quickly as he came back. It's gone. Android on the tap. Ziff tries to make a play, but not today. But it does get traded back. It's a 1v2. Scuba alone, 24 armor. That's nothing doing. He's just going to stick it. He's getting it all the way there, but he pulled off. Oh my gosh. And he lands the shots. He's not going to find a ton, but what they have found is space on the site. You see Ban has already worked his way back. Oh. But Hayes, man, Hayes doesn't give up an inch. 2 massive kills. Control back in favor. Is now Knights, or excuse me, now NRG have elbow as well.
Yeah, but again, just slow things down, play retake. It's 5-on-3. You don't have to re-peek elbow for that 3rd kill to go completely nuts. You seek them out, you pop the stimmy, and you start swinging out of elbow. These players on site are absolutely trapped. It's a meat grinder with 4 players coming around all different angles. NRG are going to take it up to 5 there. What a hold there from Hayes.
We'll see if that becomes a factor later on. Knights have managed to get into hookah, and oh my goodness, they're rotating out. Texas rotating out, and there it is. The showstopper comes through, and that's going to pull them back. Kills traded early on. Hayes anchoring the back again. Here comes the orbital strike 2. What's it going to find? A little bit of elbow. Octagon clear out. But that's all it's for as Hayes falls. Buys a bit of time. Android has to drop the op. A 1v3. He's got the Vandal. But how much more can he find? Creeping his way forward. Are you going to check Are you going to check your cubby? He manages to get this far up. Yep, there it is. The swing. Spots 1. That's all he's going to get. Knights on the board. And this was off the gamble, right? Like, we mentioned it at the beginning of the round. They stack 4. Knights walk right into it.
Yeah, right now we have double stim. We have a Trailblazer as well for EU. 55 seconds remaining on the clock, and Knights aren't repositioning. They're just sort of gambling here. Once the smokes go down, there's going to be no more smokes to try and reposition here, apart from that single Viper orb.
It's a dream situation for NRG if they can get away with this round. Android falling certainly doesn't help. Flash, the swing, they're all flashed up, including EU.
No!
So much for a dream situation.
Remaining here, not a whole lot for either team to work with. We have like a satchel for Ziff, and Scuba going for the demonic CT push. Som, if he peeks out, he gets one, he sees it, sees the second one as well. Now they can crunch in on Scuba. So isolated in pipes right now. Not overextending, not pushing for that 1 versus 1. There's 40 seconds on the clock, so Scuba has a lot to work with here. But all his utility is on A, which makes me think he doesn't want to go for the TP play, instead committing into this plant.
So you've managed to get the spike down. That's the first big box you need to check. But you still have to get through Android and Som. You see him repositioning into Cubby, playing around his utility. Oh, and you've got the Viper Spit from Android. Yeah, I didn't.
Scuba does have one
ball here. No freaking way. A 1v1. The Viper Spit. That should have been really that should have been what decided things. Is no longer on. Wow. Scuba lands both shots on the tap. The Red Bull clutch for Knights. They're not going.
That single seeker tells you there's at least 1 player in hookah. So NRG have 3 stacked here on the read.
Very unlikely that they teleport here. There's no knowledge of what's happening A, so they're going to commit to B. That seems to be the right call, and it seems to be what NRG are expecting. What they're prepared for, what they're waiting for. Genghsta is the only one that remains in the round for Knights in a 1v3, and he's not going to pull it off. NRG, a 7-5 half to get us to halftime. We'll be right back.
Knights have on B. It's a 4-stack for them currently. The Viper setup here is here too, and there's not much pressure in hookah, so they're going to get absolutely shredded by the frenzies. Oh man, there's nowhere for them to go.
Even through some of the utility, they get the kills that they're looking for. And at this point, how does the spike get in? What do you do?
Pray. That's all I got. That's all I've got. It's really tough. You got so many players on the site. Maybe Android can get it done, though. 15 HP, and he will be taken down by Genghsta. All of a sudden, it is doable with the heroics coming out of the Viper. So I'm gonna wall off elbow, and Genghsta is exceptionally low here on site, but you have no idea where Frosty can be. That's the problem.
No way. No way. Psalms gets it to a 1v1. You said the answer was to pray, and it seems like so far the prayers have been answered, but they're not quite done. He spots him. He swings around. No. Frosty cleans it up, avoids
round 4, especially when Knights are gonna come back with rolls. And misses a shot here, misses a couple, and now you got to run away with a classic in hand. Default back to the free gun, but Ziff's there on the crossfire. Really nice defender setup here with the, oh, the Astra suck too. Oh no, he's so vulnerable. So it's like back to release on the Rays. Those satchels are going to near one-shot you.
How have they gotten it this far? Tex gets 2 really big kills. NRG, this is not impossible. You still have to deal with Genghsta. Has a Phantom, though. He's had it this entire time. The Spectre swing out. Hayes gets one as well, but that's all it's going to be. It is to retake B. Knights are going to have a chance to show whether or not they can do it. Scuba and elbow control, but the Sage Wall is going to keep him at bay for now. You see them retreating back into certain positions. You've got snake bites for Android.
And you're worried about the flank too. Look at Ziff. He's in spawn right now because, hey, where's Android? He could be flanking us. They have this great Viper wall to play retake, you know, because it's going to cut off both long and hookah, but they can't get onto site.
Yeah, they're out, man.
They don't know anyone's on site either, right? I don't know if Genghsta had, you know, a drone to be able to go out there or not. I wasn't playing market right now.
This is brutal. You expect 1, maybe 2 if you're just exceptionally wired in, but to have
Seekers
3 players flanking around. Yeah, and it is. The flank just gets exposed. Now they know what's before them. They know they have enough room to work onto A. They managed to do so. Android, 1, not able to get that. EU's playing back site. The turns have tabled.
Oh, how the turntables.
Oh, how the turns have tabled. You've got Knights in a position where they're coming from attacker spawn, trying to get onto site. The Blade Storm, there it is. Ziff gets one as well. EU back site, he falls apart. Excellent play out from Knights to get the round back. I love how Knights played the opener this round.
Doug, I have to say, they just pulled down the Viper ult and repositioned the Opta short. I love that play. That is genius from the Knights. What a call.
And there's the orbital strike too. That's going to push Ban off, but they've gotten what they wanted. With that though, NRG takes space. They get onto A, and they should be able to get the spike down. But look at the utility. The Molly denies that early on. Sam has to reposition. Now the spike goes down. No other ultimates on the side of Knights.
Ooh, but Doug, there's no flank this time around. You're retaking without flashes 4-on-4 and no pressure from behind. So how do you get in, especially with that Sage Wall, showing how this Sage can come and be impactful. Psalm playing the head angle too, ripping apart the Knights. NRG in the post plant look good. Again, I love
the Viper's Pit to give them a bit more control of space as you see them dropping out.
It falls
too. Oh, but Ban still has the op. He's repositioned. He's still in a good spot. The spike comes down. But Knights don't give up an inch. They've managed to get 3. It's just Android and Sam that remain. The Hunter's Fury to try to get some more info. But NRG playing in that ult. Their only saving grace here. Is that going to be enough to get things back? It's all on to Android. Just for now, he's crept out of his Viper's Pit, a 1v3. He still has the cover to work his way around. I don't think they know where he is. And if he can keep that, at least for a little while longer, that's going to be enough. A 1v2. Scuba's very weak. Genghsta is as well. This is not unwinnable for Android. It's a 1v1 now.
And Genghsta's on 1. He's fully decayed. He's going to let the Viper Pit drop.
No shot, but he doesn't have time for the defuse. Android, that was beautiful. Late Storm online, Viper's Pit in short, and they go on a challenge
Wow.
into B long, and that's a disaster for Knights. Looking to get it to overtime, and it's not happening. It doesn't seem to be.
NRG are playing for their tournament lives. They have to win this map, force it to a map 3 in order to have a chance of advancing into the knockout stage. We have Android about to run into a Jet right here. Gets the kill, though. Android is here to play, and NRG are taking this one all the way.
I mean, NRG, the opener that they had, the fact that they took care of Ban to Scuba, not going to have the heroics here. A 13-8 win for NRG.
And we'll see if Jet in this forward position can actually hear players running off A. Ban doesn't hear anyone leaving. Now he hears 2
There it is.
and a third, and hit should come through.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of hurry up and wait. The thing is, Android is still in a spot where he has some utility, too, to buy some time. If he gets contact, he can make something happen. There's the contact. You see the... Oh, but the Nanoswarm got cleared out. Android still managing to take care of Scuba. How is he still alive? He takes care of Ban, too. How much more can he find? The gravity well, a third. Android, you menace. He falls finally. But the Knights only have 2 players left. And the spike is in no man's land.
Yeah, absolutely miserable. Ziff and Gangster just so late to the party. What a hold on site there from And to Link. And play 5 for the retake.
Now, note, if they get into these cheeky little post plants, Gangsta does not have a shock dart to work with. He's still playing down long, and now he's creeping his way forward. You see NRG trying to figure out how they get onto C. Can they find an opening in garage? Can they find an opening in spawn? And no, they can't. Scuba gets 2. Scuba gets 3. He drops them. Yeah, he's been detained, but he got what he was looking for. Now it's all onto the players that are still playing off. You've got Ban back here. I mean, NRG, you have to take the fight to them, right? No, you can't even do that. Knights on
somewhere else, and right now that somewhere else is on to B, although Frosty is here alone. The rest of his team is not in a position to trade. That could have been bad had he fallen. Now they're here, and the plant will come through.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury. That could cause some problems. And going into the Cloudburst, and he falls, but not without taking one with him. And now it's Genghsta who's going to get a chance to do the same. 60 HP, the shock dart causing serious problems. And Hayes, who took all of C long at the very beginning, manages to get a kill. Now he has a rifle, and now there's a pinch. It's a 2v2. You've got EU in a bit of a precarious spot, and he's the last one alive. He's got a frenzy. What do you do? Tagged up, you understand there's someone back sight, and just Frosty dancing around trying to stay alive. He's got the gun advantage, and he's also got time to work with. EU gets that kill, but I don't know that he's going to have enough time to do much else. Yeah, he's got to save it. He's getting away with it. Great round from Knight.
Now what we were noting earlier were the big ultimates coming on through. Critically, because we used Hunter's Fury in the last round, we don't have that to break a potential lockdown coming out from Frosty. Ziff very close on the ult. Genghsta has his 2 for the post plant, so here comes the attack, and Ban's already good for it.
No shot. Yep. Android falls as well. Tex is still playing back sight. He gets dropped. This did not go well for NRG at all. Knights, they just kind of bullied their way through.
Yeah. It's kind of what I was talking about as well with, like, okay, you just have the Genghsta ult on top of that very quick blitz onto the site. Creates a lot of havoc. Now, 2 players are very low in both Frosty and Scuba here.
You stop. Don't do that.
It was taking garage, but then falling out almost immediately. Now they're on to A, but you can see NRG have mid. Tex loves to walk up into window, but there's an alarm that will spot out his flank.
Is it going to be too late, though? You see the lockdown comes through to try to keep them back.
Wait, Killjoy is out of range of the alarm. They're not expecting this at all.
Tex, you rat. Oh my goodness, Tex, you rat. 1 gets a second. And now the gravity wall to keep them back on top of the Hunter's Fury. There's just no way through. As EU gets 3, Sam's gonna get the defuse. That was gorgeous.
That was so damn pretty. The Knights usually, if they're gonna work into A, they're gonna use a drone or a dog to get on through there, but it's once again Knights taking garage, but do they actually care about taking garage? I think you actually leave Ban here this time around and see what he can get done. Because your team doesn't have guns, you actually need Ban to really accomplish something, but it does look like Tex is very aware of the opportunity of this play. That's a good kill, but no rifle to be retrieved.
The timing, they're finding the openings. Wow. It doesn't matter if it was a hero vandal. Yeah, Ban gets 3. Knights, off of timing, off of really everything they could possibly want. They crack the round wide open, and they leave EU alone in this 1v4.
And what's the area of the map rather that's weak again? It's B. Knights are able to get on
the op, looking for an opening, looking for anything. And NRG.
Play contact.
Oh, but NRG's not getting anything, man. Like, oh gosh, okay. I may have misspoken as haste falls. I thought they were just gonna give up the site, right? Let him take it and then fight back with the utility that they have, but haste falls.
The second time Hayes has been surprised that I've seen, at least. Could have been more with this contact play up into C. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, though, and Ziff's fighting back too.
There it is, Ziff with the fight back. What was that? You blink and you miss it.
On most maps that they do play, NRG starting things off fast, moving in towards Garage, but there's 3 players camped out on site here, and it's Ban to start things off with a frag.
Yeah, he goes and checks. The dash was there, but the discipline keeps him back, and Ban is still causing problems, and Ziff shows up as well. How Ban is still alive is beyond me. Genghsta cleans things up at the end of the round to get Knights one step closer to winning this scapegoat to go into A, draw rotations. He's so weak, you just kind of let him go out there to die, but with 16 seconds left, they've walked into a massive problem. Ziff keeps 2 of them back. They had too many options, Ender. Now it's a 3v3. Sam's going to be able to get the spike down, which was the biggest box they needed to check. Now, we'll see if the gun difference can prove to be what they're looking for. Sam playing backside. Dipping in and out of hell. Android understanding there's a flank coming in. The Seekers come through, and things are going from bad to worse. Ziff refused to give up an inch. He's still alive. Hayes left alone. The leader for NRG trying to avoid things and no. Ziff cleans things up with 4. Indecision was the problem.
And one that could be so successful. Shock Dart not going to tag him. They're going to swing in, and Ban gets the shot. 4 versus 5. And Pittsburgh Knights make it a 3v5. Ban is absolutely demon mode right now.
Ender, I don't know that there's much left in the tank, man. When Ban is hitting shots like that with the operator, like, it's really hard to overcome something like that. And if it's not Ban, it's Genghsta. I just don't... that was almost a flawless round. That was one of their final gun rounds. Thomas dashed this way at mid, but Frosty...
That's one.
The Hunter's Fury. Oh, he was flashed. You can do anything about it. We'll see if Genghsta can find anything out with the Hunter's Fury. Ziff with the flash through the smoke. Trying to work his way forward. Only 3 remain for NRG. Tax on the plant has to pull off. Too much utility. And Ender, you're being surrounded.
Yeah, they are stuck on this site. Ban is already on the flank. Looks like Scuba is really out of territory right now to help out. Tex comes around the corner, though. Genghsta is good for 2. It all comes down to Sam on site, and his back is turned. It's falling apart, Doug.
19 HP, and he falls. And with that, falls NRG against all odds. Knights win the series 2-1, 13-5 on Haven. What a performance. Ender, what have we just watched?
We have watched a phenomenal series, all things considered. Absolutely battled through between these 2 teams. Pittsburgh's Knights, they come across